Friends, hello, welcome back. We have the Philadelphia Flyers on deck with us here today. We're going to try to take the Philadelphia Flyers and win them a Stanley Cup in just the first year. A little bit easier as opposed to our previous one with the Ottawa Senators, of course. The Philadelphia Flyers being a team that currently sits on a, wait for it. Oh, okay. Never mind that they don't sit on any cap space. We'll just pretend that doesn't say 0.183 million. So a team with absolutely no cap space to work with, but they have a lot of solid young players. They got some core veteran players. So hopefully we can make something work with that there. And we're going to be rocking Carter Hart net the way it sounds. There's a +3 on the first line. You like seeing that? Giroux, JVR, and Voracek. You can't ask for anything better than the first line being a plus. Well, you could. I mean, you could technically say let's give him a +5, but a +3 looks great. Maybe we can work a +5 in or not. Giroux doesn't want to play on the first line. Voracek does, and JVR likes it as well. So I guess we'll settle for the +3 there. As far as the second line is concerned, we have Lindeblom right now. Looks like he'd rather be a third liner. Sean Couturier, same story. Why do you guys want to play on a third line with this coach? What's up with that? And then Konechny too. All want to be third liners. That's not going to work. I hate to break it to you, but we have to have these guys play on the second line, I would say. At least Couturier. We could really load this team up. I wanted to see if that'd give us a +3 there. What was Couturier? Couturier currently rocking a two-way forward, so I thought, and Konechny is, what is he, a playmaker? Konechny, playmaker, two-way forward as well. Oh, there's all two-way forwards. Okay, well, that makes kind of sense to why it was a little messed up there. So if we can work a sniper playmaker, maybe even into that third line there, just kind of get an idea what else we can work with. Patrick rocking that fourth line. He might be able to go in there instead of Kevin Hayes. Is my right stick not working? There we go. Patrick was playing a first line. Patrick instead of Giroux hit us with the +5. Oh, it does it. Oh, do we have ourselves a problem? Patrick, JVR, and Voracek on the first line. This might be our first +5 we've come across here, honestly. We always have a hard time getting our first liners to actually want to be on the first line. And for the first time, we're seeing our stud players actually fit really well for coaches here. So I think we got to do it, don't you? Patrick, JVR, Voracek on this first line. Now, if Giroux wants to be on the second line, that could really help us out here. He's content at the second line. What's that going to do for him? If we swap him anywhere. So we go Giroux second line. That's a playmaker. We have a two-way and a two-way. So if we could find a sniper that wants to play on the second line with these guys, that might work. I can't believe we're talking about putting guys like Couturier and Konechny on the third line over here. But if we could imagine 3 deep lines here in Philly. I wish you could control minutes, even though they're on the third line. I don't think we're going to be able to make that happen, unfortunately. Man. But the thing is, they can still kill off the power or the penalty kills over there. Philly is loaded with two-way and power forwards. This is just a defensive forward bunch here. They have literally the first line in. Even Patrick's a power forward. They have a sniper in Voracek or in JVR and Voracek, and then Claude Giroux's the playmaker. Man, if we could find a sniper that wants to play on this second line, I think that's where we start here just to see how that would work. Obviously, we're not going to keep Pitlick or a lot in there, but we'll leave them there for this or for the time being until we switch this up. Provorov and Gostisbehere, an interesting duo as well, because we're going to have Gostisbehere with that offensive defenseman, so it's easier to find a defensive defenseman. The thing is, he's an 85, so maybe we throw a two-way or a defensive defenseman with him should help out as well. We can plus that if we have one. Not necessarily want to use Justin Braun, but just as an example, that will not work. That'll get the +3 with Provorov on that third line, though. We did not check to see what these guys want to play. Provorov wants to be a third liner. Oh, good. Gostisbehere wants to play on either line. Yeah, so we can find a defensive defenseman that wants to play in that first line with Gostisbehere. That can help us out a lot here as well. We might not have to make big, clean house type changes. We shouldn't have to. It's a very solid team here. They got some chemistry. Niskanen would like to be a third liner as well. Dang it. Not what we're looking for here, fellas. What is Myers? Is Myers an offensive defenseman? Why did he fit so well there? He is not. Maybe he wants to play there? That's probably what it is. He just wants to play on the third line there. So if we could find a defensive defenseman, I think that's decent. Then 85-ish there. Look for a sniper or something on the offensive side. I'd like to see what we can make happen there. Even if we have to put Couturier on the wing, if we pick up a sniper and or playmaker, or Giroux's a playmaker, right? Yeah, so we can pick up a sniper there. Maybe that would help us out with that line. Those guys could play together. I mean, we'll see how it goes throughout the season. Connecting the third line just sounds absolutely bonkers. But that's some depth. Depth at the end of the day here. Gonna take a look at the cap hits right here. See if there's anything we can even move if we wanted to. 8 million for Drew Voracek. Kevin Hayes. Kevin Hayes is getting 7 million. I forgot the Flyers paid him 7 million. That's the man we want to walk out the door if we can. We can find an 82 anywhere. And like I said, we don't have a lot of, clean house type of changes that we have to make here. So it's not like it's a big deal if we were to lose him. That looks like the big problem here. Braun is at 3 million. That might be a guy we can trade if we pick up a defenseman. But yeah, it looks like Kevin Hayes is the winner here when it comes to getting rid of somebody here. The draft picks. How do the draft picks work for the Flyers here? They have their draft picks. They don't have a third there. We ain't worried about that yet. So they have plenty of draft picks. And as far as prospects are concerned, they have nobody, it looks like. All right, well, they have Frost. So they have Frost, a couple guys, I guess. Not too bad there. Frost and a few others there. So we should be all right there. Again, we're just, when it comes to Kevin Hayes, we're just trying to find an 82 overall to replace the guy. What is he? As a power forward. So we could work into that. A power forward, 2-way forward type of guy to throw on that bottom line would probably work there. Let's see if we can find a suitor for Kevin Hayes here, though, real quick. It's fine trade, right? Fine trade? Yeah, it should be fine trade. Player search is the other thing we're looking for. Always mix the two up for some reason. Fine trade. We'll go 82 overall. It's not going to show. We're going to have to scroll clear to the bottom of the list here, so we'll go by overall. 82, Kevin Hayes, that is you. And we'll see if he's got trade value for what it's worth, but nobody's going to have cap space, I'm afraid. Oh, Detroit's all in. Hello, Detroit. We'll take a third and a fourth. All the teams, all the bottom of the league teams got all that cap space. So, we'll take Kevin Hayes. Why not? So, we'll just say, it doesn't even matter. Detroit probably has the highest value in their third and their fourth. So, we'll take those two. That's nice. That's nice that we're going to be able to drop Kevin Hayes and have 7 million left over. Like I said, we have players for day. We can pick up an 82 in free agency for crying out loud. So that is not a big deal there. We'll look at the line situation. Let's see what we got on the bench here. We did not check the bench out. Maybe that's the answer there. We got somebody on the bench. Yeah, no, just kidding. A 75 overall is not going to get the job done. We'll throw him in there real quick. Just see what it looks like. That didn't hurt anything. Balanced everywhere. But yeah, let's see if we can find, like I said, probably a sniper on the wing here real quick. All right, so we have to work with here. We have Tatar at the 85, 4 million a year. He fits top 6 forward lines everywhere. 88 by 87 on that accuracy and power. Again, we're going to want a guy that can score some goals. The shot blocking 80, again, not really that concerned about it. Verana is he's a little bit better on the accuracy. So is that going to count? Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to have to say that's a little bit better of he's a better goal scorer, but he's not as good of a passer. But I mean, if he's playing with Giroux, I don't think he's got to worry about that. You just tap him in Giroux, will feed him all day. So I think we'd be all right there. Again, a guy, he's perfectly fit on the forward line too. That does concern me a little bit more that they say forward line too, but nowhere else. As opposed to when you look at a guy like Tatar, that's top 6 power or forward lines and the power play. Verana can't kill off penalties though, so that is nice. I think we got plenty of specialists on that power play where we ain't got to focus on that. And he's cheaper. That is really what I'm liking about Verana is he's 3.27. We talked about picking up a defenseman, D-man. That's obviously going to cost us something. And the more we can save on the forward, the better. There's Fiala. He's an 83. I don't know if I'm going to go down to an 83. I don't really think I like that. Again, he fits in all top 6 there. Arvidsson's an interesting one as well. More of a goal scorer and I guess a hybrid. He can do both, kind of like, what's his face? Tatar can do there. But Arvidsson, again, same thing. Top 6 forward lines. The coach we got for the Flyers is a good one because a lot of these guys want to play on this team, it looks like, where they actually fit in our top 6. So that's good to see there. Kind of want to see what that coach is now that we talk about it. Maybe we can look at that for future builds or whatever. Rebuilds where we make sure we have a good coach. So 88, 82. I don't think so, though, Arvidsson. Not for 4 million. You're an overall point lower, and there's not a big separation there. So, yeah, we're probably going to look at Buchnevich. He's cheap, right? Isn't he cheap? 3.2. I didn't realize he got paid already. I guess he's 24. He only fits on forward line 1. So, yeah, let's try Verana first and see what he can do for... How's his player card looking? 84 overall. How's he do? 24 goals, 13 goals. I guess that's not bad, I guess. 47 points on the second line. Again, we're trying to pick him up, assuming that's going to +3 that line as well, though. So, well, yeah, we'll try Verana. We'll see what Washington's wanting to do here. Might cost us a little bit. He's got a decent trade value here. Maybe we throw them a prospect. They do want players on our team. I'm sure you would. But you can't have Provorov. Sorry. Oh, man, I didn't realize we had a prospect up here. How are you doing? I completely went over that. He's on the third line. Is he even playing? Joel, I don't remember seeing Joel play. So that's a guy, if we have to trade, I mean, we're talking about winning that Stanley Cup in 1 year. That could get us a really good defenseman, considering he's not going to progress, right? And he's a depth forward right now, and he's only got top 6 forward potential. So he's got really good value for only having top 6 potential. Besides that, again, we'll go back down to probably, that's Morgan Frost, right? Yeah, Morgan Frost. We can talk about Frost, I guess. We'll go Frost and a draft pick. Maybe a second in Frost for Verana. That's going to put us with $4 million in cap space. That's, I guess we'll deal with that down the road. We'll try. I don't want to hurt his trade too much, but again, I don't know where we're going to go with this defenseman. And if we do want to go with another player after this, we're going to need a little bit of cap space anyway. But I would like to think the more we can save here for a D-man, the better. We'll try that. Trade accepted. First try. All right. Good for us. All right, let's check out this roster here, see what that did for us. You can edit. Hopefully, let's just edit lines for the NHL here. It is not. Should have figured. Quick best of lines. That'll work. And then we'll go to the NHL. The NHL where we will now have take you out, even though we still need a center, but you're not going to play, so we'll just get you out of the way. Verana, 84. Going to play fourth line. How do you feel about that? All right, here's the big question. Here's the big question. EA told us he's a second liner and second liner only. Let's see the chemistry. Good. Good. Level. I like it. Almost maxed out. That should help this line, right? +1? EA. Oh, yeah. What's Lawton? No, we have him up here just for a good time. Yeah, Lawton doesn't belong there. Can Konechny second line it? No. Konechny's killing us too. Somebody on this team has to play second line. It's just not a desired place by our guys here. So Giroux and Verana can both second line it. JVR's got to play on the first. All these guys got to play on the first. We can't touch the first line. That kind of hurts a little bit there. Actually, Joel was playing there. He's a third line guy as well. Everybody wants to play in that third line. They love it there. So we might have to still try to find, dare I say it, another second liner. I really want to get that second line to a +3. If Giroux's going to play on, if we're going to put Patrick on the first line, I think we have to try to max out the chemistry as best as possible with the rest of these lines, considering, again, Couturier is on the third line. But, you know, that's an 86 Patrick. Hey, that's a solid player. A 91 on the Voracek and 89 on JVR when you consider it there. We're going to say, I got that +5. The eyes are rolling in the back of the head. 1.4 mil for Bertuzzi. We're going to try to trade for him. He wants to play on that second line. I just realized I did not show you guys that. So we will scout report 9. Worry about that. We'll bring him up real quick again. I was thinking 84. I wanted to, again, I like the idea. You think of a Palm and Vanek out there, but they're playmakers and whatnot. And I'd like to get that two-way guy in that second line if we can. And again, they're what, an 80, 81. I'd like to get a little bit of a higher over on its second line. It's working, hopefully, with the chemistry. We'll see, but there's the forward second line is where Bertuzzi does play. So we'll see what they want for Bertuzzi here. Man, you can't. I don't want to trade Couturier. Wow, Couturier's got maxed out trade value. Good. That's a solid player. I didn't realize EA gave him that, though. Patrick's the same story. But, see, I want to try. I understand we always do all in for the 1 year. But I kind of, to an extent, I feel like the Flyers are a team we can make work here without having to tear any of their core players away from this team here. Even a guy like Patrick, if we can keep him on a team, I think it'd make it that much more of a, call it a successful rebuild if we can keep him on this team. So we're just going to go with a prospect straight up for Bertuzzi. They're not going to take that, but we'll send it. I didn't think so. Just wanted to make sure we weren't overpaying here. Again, we're throwing a draft pick. We still have our first. That's what's impressive about this too, I think. We have a first. Throwing a second here. There it is. Oh, that's too easy. You guys are making it too easy for us today, EA. I don't know what it is. I guess they just like the Flyers. Because normally we struggle mightily to get these trades to go through. Just a second try, though. Enjoying life over here right now. Thank you, EA. And thank you, good friend, who's not going to play anymore. See, we got to trade Joel. We have to trade him. He's got to go. I mean, he's not going to play anyway. I don't really, that might be the one guy, if there is one of the younger guys that we move that's got some value. Hit us with the +3. That's not a +3. That is not what a +3 looks like, EA. And that is not what a second line forward's chemistry looks like, EA. Why do you do this to us? Why are you gonna do this to us? Oh, if it's on the second line, boys, by fitting on the second line, we mean he wants to play on the third. Oh my goodness. What's Konechny? Konechny's still a +1 if he plays there. Maybe we'll We could always put Konechny back on that line, I guess. I don't want to, though. The goal is to get that chemistry going, and it's not going to happen. What is this here? We got power forward, playmaker, sniper. Do we have any power forwards laying around? I don't think so. That'd be the one other place to look at here. I don't think that's going to work, though. That's unfortunate, because I wanted to make that line work really badly. And Bertuzzi just kind of said, forget about it. I want to play on the third line. So that's kind of hurting us there. Kateria is the same story. I can't believe we're not maxing out that third line. Is it because we have all two-way guys there? Yeah, that's probably what it is. So we'll look to see, does anybody else want to play on the third line? That does not appear. Oh, Lawton does, but I think he's already on the third line. No, he's not. Lawton, two-way. He's a two-way guy as well. There's got to be somebody out here. I just want to see. Giroux does not want to play there. What if we put him there? It's not going to change anything. Voracek's a two-way guy. That is, again, not going to change anything. I would put Giroux up there, but still +5. Or +3. That's just a solid lineup there. Patrick and JVR play well together, it looks like. So we're in a bit of a pickle there. We want to get that +3 in there if we can, I think. But let's see. We'll go for defense first. We'll see what we can do with this defense. Again, if we can find a good defensive defenseman and put him on that first line with Gostisbehere, I think that's really gonna, help that first line. And he wants to play on the first line. Provorov really does it. Even Niskanen up there is gonna +3 that line. But, again, Niskanen more than a guy that we could put on a second or third line there for some depth. Provorov wants to be on the third line. We brought it up, and it wouldn't hurt, in all honesty, putting him there because if we move him to the third line and we consider, Sanheim and Niskanen on the second wouldn't be terrible. Or if there's the potential, where did I see that +3 at? Well, Sanheim going there would actually work as well, so we don't actually have to do that. So that would work right there with Sanheim, a two-way guy, third line, and yeah, Myers wants to play on a third line. That's why it's probably going to be a guy we don't keep there, though. But I really want to focus on getting a defensive defenseman, so let's see if we can find that real quick. All right, so we got 4 D-men to choose from, it looks like, here from the 84 overall range and up and under 6 million. Yamerson usually fits really well in teams we put together here, so maybe he's the answer? None, he doesn't fit anywhere. He's not the answer. How about Parayko? Parayko's a top 4 guy. Parayko's hard to pull away from the Blues, though, and we've tried that one before. Petrie, solid player as well. He will fit in the top 4, and Manson. So it's looking like either Petrie or Parayko. I'm going to say Petrie might be easier to get. I think they have about the same trade value. It's just really hard to get Parayko off the Blues. So Parayko, they're about the same when it comes to passing. It looks like he's got a better shot on the power, but I don't really care that much about the shot in the power if he's going to play great defense. Actually, it's Petrie that's better there, isn't it? Well, Petrie's got the better accuracy, but it looks like Parayko's got the harder shot. Other than that, though, the defense is pretty similar. It looks like the defensive awareness on Parayko's a pinch higher. Let's see what the contracts look like. 5.5. They're exactly the same. So yeah, we'll see which one's easier to get here. I think Parayko's the guy to get, but I don't think the Blues are going to trade him. So we'll try Parayko first here and see if we can't pull him. I didn't realize Parayko was a defensive defenseman. Are we on defensive defenseman? Yeah, we are. For some reason I was thinking he's a two-way guy. Interesting there. So we'll go Parayko. And I guess we'll go another prospect. They enjoy the prospects. I think that's what's helping us out here is we're going prospects. If the Blues don't want our prospects, do they want a draft pick maybe? Not really. It does not look like so. It might go better off here if we go with Petrie then, because they actually might want something on our team. We'll give this a try though, just to see how it goes. We'll throw on you, and did we not click on the first round draft pick? I thought we did. We did, and it didn't. The first round up, right? Yeah, first rounder's up. The trade value is still nowhere close to there. So we might actually have to throw a little bit more than that on there. We'll give it a try though. Vorbev, yeah, that's not going to do it. Philadelphia will be over the league maximum salary cap, something we was concerned about. Who was going to be our defenseman out though? We had 6 defensemen. Provorov, Gostisbehere, Sanheim, and Niskanen. Oh, we got some money in the D-men. Braun and Myers. Myers would be the guy going. And he's 7 million. So that's, or not 7 million, 700K. So that's kind of not going to help us there a whole lot. It doesn't look like, because that's not going to help the cap at all. Do we have any defensemen laying around or players that are going to be laying around that we can just trade for cap space here? Top 6, there's 9, there's Lindblom's playing. Who is not playing? You're not playing, are you? You're 700K. He's not going to play. We could throw him on, I guess, and see if that helps the team at all there, but I don't imagine it will. There's just not a lot of guys right now on the Flyers that are on the bench. We must have a very short scratch list here. So we'll throw you on there just to try to ease the cap space a little bit there. That's not going to help. The Blues are going to have to retain this salary, and that's going to be the difficult thing here. And that's why we wanted to retain as much salary as possible previously, knowing that that was going to be a problem. And we got to get them to max out that salary if they can here, and that's going to be difficult, I think. We're going to have to overpay for that salary retention. We're straight up and just for a good time, see what they say. Unwilling to part ways with what you're asking for. Real quickly, we're going to go to Montreal and see if they want these players, and they do want the first round draft pick. So Montreal's a little bit more interested here. Maybe we try Montreal then. I'm really stuck on Parayko though, but Petrie's a solid guy and they're willing to trade him. All right, that's actually a big help there. So we'll go that. This, you're going to have to retain some salary. I don't know how much cap space Montreal has. Paying all that money to Price, but they don't have a lot of other guys on the books, I don't think, right? You're going to have to retain 2.7 of that for us. Leave as much cap on the table as possible. How about that, Montreal? Montreal trade rejected or fine with coughing up with your... Yeah, see, they're interested, but the value just isn't where it needs to be. Okay, they're not that interested. So we'll go a little bit higher here. As expected, you know, we didn't really expect them to go out there and try to take that first try, but we're closer there than we was with the St. Louis Blues. So we'll throw on a second round draft pick for Petrie. Rejected. Find one's going to cough up. You're quite often a value you're asking for, though. Okay, I got you. I hear you loud and clear. You know, if we want to get gutsy, we trade away Joel and we try to get Tatar in there. Maybe Tatar helps at that second line. That was the other guy we was looking at, right? As far as forwards were concerned, I guess we'll go first round draft pick. Why are we clear in 2023? I don't know, but we're going to send it. And you're going to take it. Perfect. That was an overpayment a little bit, but you got to do what you got to do to retain that salary. Again, the Flyers, $2 million cap space. I want to see real quickly what that's going to do for this defense. That could lock down a defense, even though it's going to kill the cap space. If we can get that +3, +5 in there in that first line, that'll really help this defense out, where we just really solely have to focus on offense from here on out. Can we get the +3 there? Oh, yeah, we can. If Niskanen plays on that, that's perfect. Niskanen plays there, that get the +3 back. Hit us with it, EA. Yeah. Yeah. Hit it with us, EA. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. That +5. I love it. We do actually need to work on that second line defense. We ain't got the cap space for that, EA. That ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry. We're just gonna have to... Dang, what if we do... We can't put Braun there. That won't work, but that'll really help out that bottom line. If we do put... Yeah, nobody wants to play on that second line, and Braun's one of them, actually. Provorov, can Provorov handle playing with a guy like that? If we can find a second line guy that would... +2, or not +2 or +3, but +1 that line. Provorov is not very happy there, but if we can get a two-way defenseman, I just for a good time. We'll see what Myers thinks of playing there. Make sure that gets the +1 there. It does, and he really wants to play in that second line too, but we can't put him there because we're on 80 overall. Put Braun back there. I really would hate to... Would this +3 that, though? No, I was going to say, I really would hate to do that, but if we could, we'd do it. So Provorov's going to consider the second line. Again, I'd like to get that chemistry up a little bit more there, just because Braun is a little bit lesser defenseman there. So if we get even getting an 81 or 82 on the defense, that would help, but we just don't have the cap space. I think we're going to push for it one time. One time, we're going to look at Raquel. Again, I don't see the value in him on the team. You know, if he's got that sort of value as a top 6 guy, I mean, what's he going to be, an 83 or 84 overall? Even if we kept him on a team with that potential, whether he's robbing him on that potential or not. Raquel, on the other hand, 85 overall. He's a playmaker. He fits on the top 6. Again, you never know what EA really means when he says they fit on the top 6. That's always kind of scary. But we don't have a guy that fits on a top 6 right now. You throw that playmaker in there and Raquel, maybe that helps this team out a little bit there. And the fact that we are overpaying right now, we could have them retain a bunch of salary here for us, I think, as well. That could kind of open a door for, again, we'll probably take this trade if we can make it and see where the defense goes from there. If the defense struggles, then we'll say, you know what, we'll try to replace Braun if we can there. But again, we're still overpaying even with that there. I don't know, though, because, I mean, again, we're going to overpay probably regardless. That's just how this works in the trade game here. But maybe we throw in a second there. Would they take that? We will not accept this proposal. The trade looks good, but the index are not willing to retain his salaries. Okay, so if we take off the second, would that make you retain that salary? No. Okay, so you're going to have to retain that salary, though, because we're still sitting at 1.5 million cap space here. So what can we give you to retain that salary? What about a 3rd round draft pick? Nope, that's not going to do it. Okay. I didn't think we was really asking you to retain that much here, Anaheim, but apparently that is the case for 3 years of 1 million or whatever it is. Okay, they're not going to do that either. Is there a player? There definitely is not a player that we have laying around to make that either. It's not even that much. I would think it's seriously only, you know what, 1.5 mil, close to 2 mil that we're asking them to retain there. And they're not willing to deal that, surprisingly. I understand you're trying to save money, but we need Raquel. There's not a lot of other guys out there that are fitting the build we're looking for here. And you're really not going to take this just to retain that little bit of salary there. What if we lower the salary by, I don't even know, 100K? That's probably not going to do the trick. Oh, it did. Okay, sick. All right, thanks. Okay, thanks for playing. Okay, then. All right, cool. So we actually have 4 million cap space. That was lying to us there. I guess the way Raquel's contract is structured must be a little bit different than it was showing us right there. So Raquel, welcome to the Philadelphia Flyers. The last piece we're adding to this team here. What he does for this team will be interesting. You know what? I just realized we don't have a center on the 4th line. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. That was intelligent. That was some good GMing right there. Nobody can play center. I don't even care. Honestly, they can't win draws anyway. 70 on the draws. That ain't much better than what a regular center is. Pitlick could probably do it if he has to. As long as these guys play good defense. That's really all I'm really worried about out of this line. And they're all 2-way guys. +1. We'll see what happens there. It's probably going to be, again, Pitlick that does, because he's the only guy that can win the draws here, it looks like. Yeah. So, oh, wait. Lawton can win draws. What are you talking about? Lawton can go there. Perfect. And now it's between either you or you. Your defensiveness is a little bit... it's about, I don't know, 83, 82 on the shot blocking and stick checking. Compared to 84, 80, and 83, it's really just... we're nitpicking here. Let's look at the contracts. 1.6. Yeah, so 1.6. You're the guy gone, because if we can move some cap space later, then we would have that. So who are we missing here? We'll see how it works, I should say, without him. So we'll throw in Raquel. You're going to go here. And please, for the love of, you know what? Show me that you can play on top lines. That's better. That's better, but I don't think that's much better than Bertuzzi was it? What was it that Bertuzzi couldn't play on that line for? It's really not a lot better. I don't think that's going to do it. It's not. Okay, sick. I love you, EA. I'm glad we made those trades. That was really bold of us to do that right there. So I guess we look at Verana, who can still score goals. What am I missing here that this is not working? That's good. That's good. Konechny can't play there, but we swapped him out. Maybe we needed a 2-way guy there. That would have worked better. But it was tough going there. He wasn't really finding one. But I don't know. I would have thought that combination would have worked really well right there, but that's clearly not the answer. We're going to put you here just to see if there's literally anything at all that we can swap around, and there's not. So we'll put Raquel. You can't play there. Raquel's going to go where Konechny is. I don't even know if I want to move Konechny and Raquel, though. That's the problem. What are the odds I can swap one of you guys up here on the first line? Probably not. So we'll go with that. I'd actually +3s both lines, having Drew and Patrick. Patrick's the thing. The power forward's what this game loves. That's what we should have looked into in the first place. The power forward's the answer there. But Patrick got an 84 in the second line. That +3s, I like him at the +5. I think Drew's a solid player. Raquel and Verana. But dang, getting those guys up to the 88. That'd be 87, 80. We'll leave it how it is right there and see what happens. And then Bertuzzi, Konechny, you're not going to play on the 4th line. Man, we have so much depth now that we don't even really necessarily need. We got to keep Verana there to keep that up. That's what it's looking like at least. Konechny, was he the guy that played on the 3rd? Yeah, why are we not getting better chemistry on that 3rd line right there? That's interesting. 2-way. Oh, that's why they're all 2-way forwards. That'll do it. Can you play on the 3rd line? Nope, and nope. So none of these guys want to be 3rd liners. Lindblom wanted to be a 3rd liner. What's he plays a 2-way guy, of course, as well. 2-way forwards out the rear end over here in Philadelphia. And that's the same with the entire bottom 6 is 2-way guys. So we'll leave it as is. That's going to be what we're rocking right there. That Provorov and Braun line is still making me nervous. Again, we'll monitor it very closely. That's probably where we're going to go as soon as anything happens. Look at that power play. +3 there. Love it. We'll leave that as is. Go check out the penalty kill. That's what we wanted to see here. The 4-man, the penalty kill. Couturier, and yeah, Couturier's not playing. Is he on the 3rd line still? What are we doing with Couturier on the 3rd line? Unbelievable, but he's not going to play a lot, so we might as well leave him there. That might be a guy, now that we bring it up, we could move Couturier. If everything's a +1, we wouldn't have a center. That would be the problem. So if everything's a +1, we could put Couturier on the second line. And yeah, it would be for the most part. We couldn't do it with Verana. I'd like to believe putting Couturier, that would help, but Couturier can't play on this. Yeah, that's what the problem is. Couturier can't second line it. That's what's killing us on that one. So we'll leave it as is. It looks very weird seeing Konechny and Couturier on the third line, but we'll see. Again, we'll sim up the games. We'll see how much this chemistry impacts this team, and hopefully that helps it out there. And if it doesn't, again, we'll have to... I'm assuming the power forward's the answer here. Finding a power forward is what this team loves seeing right here. So we'll go... What is that? Power play, penalty kill. We'll see on there. That was good. These guys, they're all fourth liners, so we might as well, or third or bottom six guys in general, so we might as well let them play. I don't know if there's anybody else. Verana's no. Yura, no. We don't have to go just wingers, though. We can go, or right wings, can go left wings. Bertuzzi is another guy that can play as well. Maybe that's the better answer here. Put Bertuzzi in there. I think Bertuzzi's playing on a third line, right? Let's see what happens if we put him in there. It's still a 0, but it's a higher overall, so I like that there. We'll leave that as is, and then... Ooh, that is not good. Couturier, Konechny, and who in the heck else usually plays center on the 3-man right there? Braun does not have to play. The problem is, who do we have that is a two-way guy? Can Sanheim or Niskanen do it, maybe? That's not going to do the trick there. We'll just leave it as is. 3-man power penalty kill doesn't happen very often. Let's sim some games up. I'm a little bit bummed we swung and missed on that second line there. Again, it could just be our fault for taking that playmaker. I thought we could get greedy and say, you know what, the playmaker-sniper combo will work. We'll just throw a third playmaker on there with it. Maybe we should have went with the two-way or the power forward area there. And again, if we have to, at the end of the day, you really could trade one of those guys. We have plenty of depth in that bottom six where we can really flip, you know, a guy like Raquel. And if we have to, pick up a power forward or something. There's no reason we have to be attached to the guy all season. We'll see how this goes, though. 4-3, that's not a promising preseason, I can tell you that much. Overtime loss to the Blackhawks in the first game of the season. Then stomping on those New Jersey Devils, beating the Vancouver Canucks. Those low-scoring games with this two-way forward core. That's what you expect. So as long as that happens, we'll be good with Braun there. Again, we still have not given up more than 3 goals all season. So the defense is stonewalling teams. I haven't lost the game in regulation until the Blue Jackets. I just realized that. This team is playing great hockey defensively. It's working out. There's a 7-1 loss. Finally, Lou giving up more than 3 goals there. 2 games in a row, we gave up more than 3 goals. 3 games in a row, but it was a stomping the Leafs gave us. See if we can return the favor. Man, they play a lot of games in November. Look at that schedule. The packed back-to-backs for the Flyers. We'll see how they do in this stretch right now. Playing some very good hockey. 6-2 W against the Capitals. Ottawa in the back-to-back. Gonna win the front, lose the back. New York, a good team though, as you kind of expect. 16-4-2. These Flyers are running away with the division in the league right now. That chemistry is doing wonders right now, I think. Again, it's different seeing the 80 on his second line. It still makes me a little bit nervous, but it's working right now. We brought it up. This team is just literally stifling. I don't know how else to say it. Clamping down every team they play, and then we bring it up and they give up 5 to the Ottawa Senators and 5 to the Colorado Avalanche. But it's all right as long as we control it. And again, it was controlled. A couple games gave up a lot of goals. Right back on the horse, though, are these Philadelphia Flyers. Again, losing to Ottawa. Why are we struggling to lose to Ottawa of all teams? Not too sure what's going on there. San Jose, another W. 10-1 against the Anaheim Ducks. The road trip out west is looking good if they can pick up the W against the Arizona Coyotes. And they will not. 27-10. We're about halfway through the season. We'll take a look here, see how the team's playing. Giroux on the second line has 45 points. We are exactly almost right at halfway, 41 games played. But Giroux at 45 points, a decent season, a very decent. JVR 46 or 45, so point per game there. Voracek point per game. Couturier on the third line has 35 points, but I'm sure he's dropping power play points, right? That's probably helping him as well there. Power play, 9 of them, it looks like. Yeah, so he's getting some power play time there. 16 minutes. Is he not the third line guy? I don't know what's going on. I thought we had him on the third line. He's working where he's at. I can tell you that much. Verana's at 32. 30 for Konechny, 28 for Gostis. But who's the other guy on that second line? It's Giroux, Verana, and then we put Konechny back up there. That might have been what we did. What's Konechny's minutes looking like? 14. No, we did put Konechny there. Is Bertuzzi or Raquel still playing? No, it's definitely not Raquel. Who in the heck is it that's playing there? Provorov. Patrick's got 23 points in that first line now, but he's a plus 23. Again, the guys around him are playing very well, even though he's a plus, he's not putting up the points. Again, he's not playing the power play minutes either, though, so that's probably got a part to do with it as well. He's not seeing near as many power play opportunities. Petrie, who in the heck is playing with him? It had to be one of those guys, and we just completely overlooked who it was there. Is anybody struggling from a plus-minus standpoint here? Lawton and Lindblom. Lawton, that's the bottom line guy. You kind of expected that. I mean, the bottom line being even, though, is still not that bad. Lindblom, same story, 14 points, playing pretty well, really. And a +4 out of Pitlick there. So I don't think we're doing too bad anywhere. How's the goaltending looking right now? I'd like to think we're just stonewalling everybody. 920 out of Carter Hart. 913. Carter Hart's playing really well, but a 913 out of Brian Elliott. So we'll have to monitor that as well, how these guys are playing from a goaltending standpoint. If they start cooling off, if the defense is just the reason they're playing well or not. Braun, +20. We was questioning him. Highest plus-minus on the team right behind Petrie right now. So that's working for us there. As far as the standings are concerned, again, I wanted to see the goals against average so far for the season. Goals for, goals against. 3.74 goals for, and a 2.33 goals against per game. That has to lead the league. That is some gaudy looking numbers right there. You talk about a team that's tough to beat, and they are not even first in the entire league. The 31-7 Blackhawks. Excuse me? The 31-7 Blackhawks? Did I hear that properly? 29-10 in Toronto, and in Boston, good teams as well. We're not that far behind them. They got games in hand on us. We'll be all right there, though. And we're beating them in, the goals against and goals for, if that means anything. How's our power play looking? No, power play and penalty kill. Power play is 20%, decent. Penalty kill, 86 as well. I don't know what's going on there. We just had a couple games. Those Ottawa games is what it was. You beat Ottawa twice, and you're second best team in the league right now. Other than that, though, the team's playing great. So we'll continue on here. Really not seeing a whole lot more to change. The second line, that's what I wanted to see real quick. Let's see who's playing on that second line real quick. I'm going to say the second line's been playing well. Giroux's fitting in there really well for a second liner, putting up 45 points. Gostisbehere in that third line. It's Raquel. Yeah, it's Raquel and Verona. That was right. For some reason I was thinking he was playing center. He's not. He's got terrible face-off draws. Holy cow. Giroux and then Verona. Yeah, so that's what it is. And then is Raquel just not playing power play time? Must not be. 14 minutes time on ice right now. How's he doing at power play? He looks like a solid player that we could slide in on that power play. Who's playing it right now if it ain't him? Special teams, power play. It is, it's Lindblom. Lindblom, you don't need to be playing on power play. That's why he's got some points there. So we'll take him out. We'll put Raquel in. I think the power play and whatnot's been playing well as is, but I mean, if we can improve it, why not? So Raquel, you will go right there, and now we have Raquel, Verona, and connecting a very solid second line there. Connecting, can you win face-off draws? Not really. Couturier, Giroux. We're not going to slide Patrick in there. I don't really see it necessary. So you guys are just going to figure out a way to win face-offs over here on that second line and see what happens there. Hopefully just getting in there on a line shift or something. JVR and Gostisbehere, so that'll work. That'll work there for the power play units. We'll go ahead and, again, sim up some games, see what we can make happen here. We should be all right. Again, we had a stretch where we gave a couple games, I should say, we give more than 4. But besides that, it's been lights out. We'll get to the trade deadline, see where this team is from there. 27-10-5 right now. Good season. 2 straight losses right there. 4 straight losses. 5 straight losses. There's the losing streak we was afraid of that we needed to avoid. And it's coming in bunches right now. This team's losing to everybody short of Boston and LA. And there's a loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Might have to consider making that move after all here. We'll go over in Pittsburgh once again. There's a W and there's a loss. Beating the Detroit Red Wings. Still should be first in the division. That's what matters. 6-2 to the New Jersey Devils. We're starting to see some cracks here. Might have to work on that second line D pair after all. 33-18, 34-18. Still top of the team in the Metro, to say the least. And 2 straight victories versus the Blue Jackets. And there's a victory against the Winnipeg Jets. So a hot start to the season. Cooled off a little bit there in the month of January. And again, we'll take a look at how this team's looking. JVR still leading the team in points. Still got that 5-point cushion in the Metro. There really isn't one particular defenseman struggling here. Now, Braun's a +16. He was a +20. So that's interesting. Provorov's a +9, but he is not going anywhere. So he's got to stay around here. And the goaltending is, that's what dropped, right? Yep, 913 out of Carter Hart. We brought it up. He started cooling off, and that was going to happen right there. I want to go for it. I want to. One try at one try at that forward. We've tried it twice, though. Third time's a charm. Third time's got to do it. We flip. Oh, man, 42 points out of Raquel, though. He's been playing great. Raquel, Verona, or maybe you consider flipping for... Verona wants to play in the second line. He's cheaper there. It'd be Raquel for like a power forward or something. Not even have to be Raquel. It could be Bertuzzi as well if we had to there. Timo Meier looks like our only option here. Power forward, forward line 2. Good season, 42 points. Similar to what Raquel's doing here. $6 million on that cap, though. That's kind of steep. But everybody else besides Manta's even a third line guy. Landeskog, third line. Kachuk's not going to fit. The ball is too expensive, even if he did fit. So we'll try Meier here. We'll trade for Meier and see if that can build up that chemistry. Again, I'd like to, maybe even an 82, 83 two-way defenseman there would be nice as well, but that's probably not going to work. So Raquel, he's only $2 million. Raquel's so cheap. You know what it is? Because we had them retain that salary for Raquel. So that should make him easier to move at the same time if that's where we go. Do we go Raquel or do we go Konechny? I don't want to move Konechny just because he's a flyer right now, though. So I kind of want to keep him if we can. And he fits really well in that third line. Raquel fits more anywhere, though. We're going to go Raquel. Just because I want to try to keep this team intact as much as possible, we're going to offer them up Raquel. And they're going to have to retain some salary so we can keep Meier. Is Meier on a 1-year deal? How much has he got left here? Because they seem to think that we could just make this trade straight up. But again, we're going to try to get a two-way defenseman right after this as well. So you're going to retain $3 million of that. And yeah, we would really not have that much cap space, to be completely honest here. So we'll send that. Straight up Meier for Raquel. Trade rejected. We will not accept this proposal. Trade looks fair, but the San Jose's are unwilling to retain salaries. I figured you would say that. That is why we have this great thing called a third round draft. No, you don't want that one. I'll give you this one. We'll give you the Vegas Golden Knights third round draft pick. Who doesn't want a Vegas Golden Knights third round draft pick? Answer, the San Jose Sharks. So we'll have to throw in another one here. We have not had to deplete the draft pick system this time around. I like that. If we can do the least we can do that, the better. We still have first round draft picks laying around. I say that now until we have to go get a defenseman, and then it'll be bang, gone. The 2/3 trade reject, they are really just not going to take that contract on at all for us. You got to. That's really the only option here. We can find, I'm sure we can find a decently cheap 82 overall defenseman, though. That's kind of what we're thinking of too here. Yeah, you change a little bit. Now is it? I didn't realize we just dropped draft picks by accident there. We might have to go a first just to get them to retain that salary, I think. But we'll throw in that third. This third. We don't really have any seconds. Take that. No, you don't want to. Oh, interesting. They're into Braun. So if we give them Braun, that'll put us at 3.8. That'll also force our hands to where we have to find a defenseman. So we're, getting a little risky here. But we'll go Braun. We'll drop the third. And we'll be able to drop the retention there. And they might just take that straight up, to be honest. And that's perfectly fine with me. But if you could retain 1.5 just for a good time, I mean, why not? Trade rejected. On the surface of the trade, we're not keen on the leaving on a salary. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Not worried about it. I was just checking just to see if you retain a little bit of salary. But being that you're going to take Braun, who's 3.8 million, that's perfect. All right, so we'll see what that did to this team. Again, I'm nervous. I'm not even going to look. Not even gonna. Yeah, we're gonna look. We're gonna look. I was gonna say we're just gonna wait and get the defenseman first, but here we go. This is it. This is where the money gets made. Timo Meier, right wing, and don't talk to me, EA. Hang the phone up, walk home, and don't ever tell me this guy belongs on our second line. Please tell me I misread the screen earlier and it did not say this guy goes on the second line and it is the worst possible position for him. The worst. Now, the good thing is he's a power forward and it's not even got a plus 3. But look at Patrick up to an 84 overall. Wow. Patrick's overall is cruising. But I was going to say, it's possible. Drew's a playmaker, right? Yeah, Drew playmaker. And Voracek playmaker. So if we want Patrick here, Drew there, Voracek here. Now, there was something that slid around earlier that made it so that was a plus 3 still. What was that was doing that? Nothing, apparently? I was going to say we do that. And then we say, because we have 2 power forwards there, it would be what? It would be Voracek on the second line? Maybe? Voracek here? Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. All right, perfect. So we'll go Drew Meier. What a change of events. Hey, boys. First in the division. We're going to change up all the lines. You've been playing so well this season. Second line. You've been playing so well this season. First line. Forget about it. The chemistry's key here. You got to do what you got to do. And hopefully that, and hope. That does it. What scares me about putting Giroux back on the first line, though, is he was killing it on the second line, and he brought a lot of depth to that second line. And JVR needs to play on the first line. That is his spot right there. Unless Verana enjoys it. Nice. Verana's all second there. Is there any other possibilities here? Konechny would ruin it completely anywhere he goes. That will not do the trick. We do have Couturier laying around. I forgot about him. Couturier is all about that third line, though. What about Patrick? He is decent there. If we move Couturier, that's not going to do it, unfortunately. Well, Couturier's a two-way guy, though, so maybe that's part of it. We'll look, Verana, sniper, playmaker. Yeah, that's kind of got to be what's got to be done there. Couturier, if you did not have to play there, that'd be fantastic, though, pal. So we'll have to leave Couturier there. I don't think anything else is going to work. And Konechny's got to stay where he is. Bertuzzi, same story. It's still that the +3, +5 in those two lines helps out a lot there. The two-way forward third line's a little different. The two-way forward fourth line's the same story as before. And now we got to find a defenseman real quick. We're going to go to Polak here, I think. 83 overall. Says he fits on every D pairing, so that's flexibility there at its finest. $2 million a year. Decent contract. We'll see if we can move somebody for him there. Hopefully we're under the cap right there. If we're under, that'd be perfect. That'd be great. We'll see here in a second, I guess. We're going to have a first-round draft pick, I imagine, for this to work. So we'll go first. We go that straight up and make that work. Maybe. It's not going to get sent. I mean, we'll send the trade just for a good time. But, I mean, we're going to have to put on a little bit more than that. So we'll go to third. We're going to have to go another first, I think, here. I don't think we have much of a choice. But we'll go to third and see where that puts us on the trade meter. That doesn't look like it's good enough. It is not. So we're going to go with another first. 2 firsts for Polak. So much for saying we didn't deplete our trade system or our farm system there in the draft picks. Am I right? Trade rejected? Pardon me? Did I not just see what I mean? See what I mean? We was getting lucky earlier that the draft picks were working. Because they do get greedy. We're going third and we're stopping right there. Oh, of course, you knew we were stopping right there. He was reading our minds. So that's our last move. This is it. This has got to make our team successful here. It's unfortunate that Provorov does not fit on this line. He's up to an 86 overall now. And dare I say it, but if we move, is it worth it? If we move these two guys around, it ruins the +3 on the third line now, I think. Doesn't it? No, it doesn't. If we put those guys there, but see, that's the thing. Sanheim doesn't want to be there. Sanheim does not want to be the third line guy. That would be ideal. If we could get a +3 on both of those, that would get the job done, but it's not. And I think for that reason, you have to say, let's get the 86s on the third line, leave the 86 here, 87 on Provorov, the 84 on Polak, and leave that as is and see what we can make happen there. I mean, Polak was a solid player this season, 30 or +9, logging 26 minutes a night. Should help this team out. We shall see. It will be interesting. We swapped the lines up at the trade deadline. 37 and 18 and 7. Currently 19 games above 500. How will these Philadelphia Flyers fare in the second half? 4-2 W against the Sharks to start it. Heading into New York, they're going to lose to the Rangers twice in a row. Back to back. And that's another loss and a win. Got the point though in Washington for what that's worth. 2-1 loss to the Bruins, 3-1 to the Lightning. Two tough teams you're going to have to be able to beat in the playoffs over there, Philly. Right now, though, they can't get her done. There's a big W against the Blues, though. That's a tough team. Back-to-back over there in Central Division, winning 1 of 2, beating the Islanders. Decent. Shutting out the Red Wings, remaining the top team in the division. Oh, no, we just dropped a spot, it looked like there. Can we end the season on a win streak, though? Second best team, the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are going to win the division. The Flyers right behind them. You talk about a crazy end of the season. The 49-win Flyers couldn't quite get the top spot in the division because the 108-point Hurricanes 1 point more than us, bringing back them the good old the Ottawa Senator losses there. So the goals against went up to 2.62 to end the season, which is concerning, but a lot of that was mid-season as well. We forgot to check that at the trade deadline. Probably should have there. Power plays 18%. Penalty kills down to 82%. Let's make sure that penalty kill is straightened out here real quick, I guess, as well, right? We may have changed something there and did not pay attention to that. As far as the entire league's concerned, if we can get out of the division, the Lightning and the Bruins both have more points. And the Leafs. A lot of high-scoring teams this season. Who in the heck was that at the top? Who in the heck was that at the top? The Blackhawks. Unreal. I thought I seen that right. That is crazy. JVR leading the team in points with 91. Drew with 86. 86 out of Voracek. So Voracek remained a point per game. Even, he second lined it, right? Second lined it the rest of the season. So even there, Meyer, 69 points, solid season out of him. Couturier, again, 63 points on that third line. He was obviously getting some power play time, but that's still very impressive there. Verona, 58 points. So this team was very potent on the offensive side of the ice here. Plus 40 out of JVR. Plus 2 out of Lindblom and Lott. And again, it was the fourth line. Something we don't usually do is keep these 79 overalls on a fourth line. We did it this time around. I would like to think that's not killing us, though, because, again, they're positive players. 20 points, 14, 26. You just ask them to go out there and play defense. That's the best you can do. It's probably Carter Hart that we're riding on here. Yeah, he's down to a 908, but he's up to an 87 overall. All right, then. So he's up to that 87. He cooled off in the second half, but he is playing some good hockey right now. Let's just make sure he's starting over Brian Elliott there. 917 out of Elliott. He's had some good starts, but here we go. Let's jump into these playoffs. See how these Philadelphia Flyers do. It's a good team, but they drew another good team in the Washington Capitals in the first round. Here we go. Got home ice in the first two. That's gonna be a 8-3 victory, a 3-1 victory, starting off against these Capitals by stomping on their throats. Can we end it in Washington's the big question. The answer, I thought we was appearing to the second round already. There it is. The 4-game sweep. Get out of here, Washington. Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time. Probably got the Hurricanes in round number 2. And it's the Panthers. The Panthers upset the Carolina Hurricanes, the team that beat us out by 1 point. Panthers in the second round. They're a team you do not sleep on, though. They play very well. They sim up very well. They upset a lot of teams in the playoffs. That is a very common thing for these Florida Panthers to do. We've seen it time in and time again, and they are on the brink of doing it to us on the second round here. Gotta pick up this victory, and there it is. We got a game number 6 live and well. Game 7 coming in hot in Florida. Big game here. You know them 3-1 leads work in this game. You always got that chance of coming back. A blowout in that game 6. Can they take that momentum to game 7? 1-1 after 1. Barkov on Carter Hart, and then Bertuzzi on Sergey. There's the Flyers jumping out to the 2-1 lead. And Lindblom. Nice to see you doing, and they're playing well there, Lindyskins. All right, 2-1. Third period. There's a goal. That's an insurance goal. That's JVR. The man's having a career year, and he's taking it into the playoffs. But holla at your boy. Right back for the Florida Panthers. The Panthers down 1. 10 minutes left. Philly just got to hold them off. And there's the tire. The Flyers blew the 2-goal lead. Holla again is a one-man wrecking crew for these Florida Panthers. The Flyers got to get a goal back. It has been all Flyers. Look at this. One shot. They have 3 shots all period, man. That's crazy. 3 shots and they had 2 goals. They're going to overtime. They ended up with 4 shots, but it's been all Flyers. You're seeing that offense on display here in Philly. Game 7. Home crowd's got to be behind them right now if they can go out there and just put one puck into the back of the net. Power play Flyers. Here we go. Got to get the goal in this power play. 1 shot on it. That's it. Nothing more than 1 shot on the power play for the Flyers, and we will continue on. Bobrovsky makes the save. Doesn't matter. Flyers gonna score the game winner in overtime. It's Timo Meier. It is the big man we traded for at the deadline, reminding us of how good of a trade that really was. Meier with the game winner. Flyers going to beat the Panthers in 7. It is game or conference finals, we should say here. It's the Bruins, a tough team, a team we struggled against, and at the same time had a decent amount of success against this year. So 4-3 victory to start it in Boston. You still won in Boston early. That's important. Philly's going to do it there. They're going to lose the second one. Not a big deal. Like I said, you can split in Boston. That's great. That's a tough place to play, but you don't want to split at home. You don't want to lose 2 in a row at home either to these Boston Bruins. That's exactly what's going to happen. They got the 1 victory, and the Panthers are reeling once again. There's a W in game number 5. Can they do what they did to the Panthers to the Bruins? They might. Here we go. Tie game or tie series heading into game 7. Panthers. I got the wrong team in mind here. Bruins. Flyers, game 7, another, this time in Boston now. Little different atmosphere for these Philadelphia Flyers. We're going to quit calling the Panthers eventually. It's that big freaking P right there. Couturier with the goal on Rask. Couturier, another guy having a great season. There's 2 more goals. This time Lindblom and Voracek. We don't even care about your goal, Boston. That's got to seal it, right? Meyer with the goal again, a huge pickup mid-season, another playoff goal for him, and this team is blowing out the Boston Bruins, and the Philadelphia Flyers are heading to the Stanley Cup Finals, and what I would assume is against the Chicago Blackhawks. Here we go. No, it's the Arizona Coyotes. All right, here we go. Flyers Coyotes, game 1 goes to Arizona. That trade for Taylor Hall all of a sudden looking like a good one there, and worth it for the Arizona Coyotes. Series split heading back home. Arizona even had home ice advantage there. They had a great season. Gonna take game number 3. You know how this goes, that you take a 3-1 lead and you're gonna cough it up. So maybe we lose this one. There you go, perfect. We don't want to lose all the next 3. So that was a good draw up right there. Good coaching strategy. Heading back to Arizona, series tied at 2 apiece. Gonna take this one 6-2. Philly with the chance to take home the Stanley Cup in game 6. Here we go. Philly, bang! Stanley Cup winning Philadelphia Flyers. Arizona's gonna drop it. We got the job done with Philly. Nolan Patrick led this team in the first, or on the first line, for over half the season and really helped this team win. And the Philadelphia Flyers find themselves as Stanley Cup champions. We'll see if they took home any trophies here real quickly. I mean, besides the Stanley Cup, you know, the best of them all. It is not. Oh, Giroux got the Conn Smythe. I guess somebody on that had to win it, right? So Giroux with the Smythe, and that is it. No Selke either over here. This team was an offensive powerhouse, did not go any farther. Crosby with Marchard. Otherwise, though, if you guys enjoyed this video, as always, a thumbs up and subscribe is appreciated and never required. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.